Hi, my name is Lauren Schoening, and this is my analysis of the film The Silence of the Lambs. I will be discussing some of the themes and symbols in this movie while also demonstrating how the camera work and lighting was essential to this film. I do not own any of the rights to these videos that I am about to play, and this is for educational purposes only.
You spook easily, Starling?
Not yet, sir.
He's past the others. The last cell. I'll be watching. You'll do fine.
A killer is on the loose.
Keeps them alive for 3 days. Then he shoots them, skins them, and dumps them.
A rookie FBI agent is on his trail.
He's got real physical strength, cautious, precise, and he's never impulsive. He'll never stop.
But in order to track him down, she'll have to match wits.
I'll help you catch him, Clary.
Believe me, you don't want Hannibal Lecter inside your head.
With the darkest of all minds.
Just do your job, but never forget what he is.
Oh, he's a monster. Pure psychopath. So rare to capture one alive.
So close to the way you're gonna catch him. Do you realize that? Oh, Clarice, your problem is you need to get more fun out of life.
You told me you don't spook easily.
You call this easy, sir?
Lecter's missing an arm.
Man's a raving maniac. Who knows what he'll do?
Thank you, Clary. Thank you.
The first theme that I'm going to discuss is evil and good versus evil. Anyone who's seen the film can, automatically tell that, Dr. Hannibal Lecter and Buffalo Bill are the evil entities in the movie, whereas Clarice Starling represents the good. So there is a lot of struggle between good and evil in the movie, and also just in the beginning when we first meet Dr. Lecter, Clarice, it's shown from Clarice's point of view. And that kind of shows, one, that she's scared, and then two, it shows the power of Dr. Lecter, the way he stands upright, straight back, hands down to his side, and he's already standing by the time she goes to see him. Just shows that he's powerful, but also just in the deep and dark, place that he's in, it just protrudes his evil sense of self. And then there are a couple of really, really extreme close-ups in this clip that shows just how he can pierce through your soul, and it also kind of shows how Clarice's face is lit up to show that she's a good, and how Dr. Lecter's face is shadowed to show evil.
Good morning.
Dr. Lecter, my name is Clarice Starling. May I speak with you?
You're one of Jack Crawford's, aren't you?
I am, yes.
May I see your credentials?
Certainly.
Closer, please. Closer.
I'm going to freeze the frame for a second to kind of show you the influence of an extreme close-up to build tension in a movie. The way that Dr. Lecter stares into the camera to kind of pull the audience into the movie is really important in this movie. The audience being in the movie and feeling Clarice's feelings is really important, just so we know the kind of fear she's feeling, as well as the tension that she feels between her and Dr. Lecter.
That expires in 1 week. You're not real FBI, are you?
I'm still in training at the academy.
Jack Crawford sent a trainee to me.
Yes, I'm a student. I'm here to learn from you. Maybe you can decide for yourself whether or not I'm qualified enough to do that.
is rather slippery of you, Agent Starling. Sit, please. Now then.
In this next clip, we see good prevailing over evil. This is the death of Buffalo Bill at the end of the movie, when Clarice finally finds him in his basement and she shoots him. The main key points of this clip is that, you know, this is the only time in the movie that you see the point of view shot, but it's not from Clarice herself. It's from actually the view of Buffalo Bill. So he sees Clarice flailing in the dark and he's chasing her. While wearing night vision goggles. And obviously she doesn't know where he is, so she looks very vulnerable in her movements and in the way she reacts. Finally, Buffalo Bill reaches out to touch her, and once he cocks his gun, she realizes where he is and shoots him. Now, closer to the end of this clip shows, you know, the actual moment that she shoots him. And as soon as she shoots him, she shoots out a window and there's a light that evades the darkness. So it kind of shows like the light that, you know, the good light that evades the evil darkness. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be gender and how it affected the film, with the hero being a female and the bad guy dressing as a female, even though he's a male character. So in this film, there are, you know, kind of a couple of contradicting views of, you know, what the director is trying to do here. The first scene is showing, you know, Clarice alone, running in through the woods training. She is an FBI agent, so she's in a male-dominated field. But this first scene kind of shows that she's an independent and strong female, since she is just by herself. You know, a lot of people think that this movie was made to kind of reveal sexism in the workplace to the audience. The director shows us the sexism and kind of sexual nature of some of the parts of the film, with the red shirts and the men towering over her in the elevator. Red equals, you know, kind of like sexual tension and also intimidation, and with the men standing on top of her or towering over her, it shows intimidation as well.
I just say congratulations.
This next scene is shot in over the shoulder camera shot.
So I'm gonna duck
it
out.
kind of shows that, you know, finally Jack Crawford has a respect for Clarice after she killed and, you know, solved the case of Buffalo Bill. It's not using the extreme close-ups to show intensity, and then also shows the close-up of them shaking hands that shows mutual respect from both parties, even though she is a female. Lighting effects were used a lot through this film, pretty much to show just the evil aspects. In this first clip here, we see Clarice and Dr. Chilton walking down the stairs to go meet Dr. Lecter for the first time. The red coloring kind of symbolizes the evil that Clarice is about to encounter. And even when Dr. Chilton is talking about how he murdered, or almost murdered, one of the old girls that used to work in the asylum.
In here.
Dr. Chilton.
And
now in this
Island.
short clip, the use of lighting kind of shadows Dr. Lecter's face to show his true evil. And then Clarice's face is lit up to show the good.
Was it a butterfly?
Yes, a moth. Just like the one we found in Benjamin Raspail's head an hour ago. Why does he place them there, Doctor?
The significance of the moth is change. Caterpillar into chrysalis or pupa, and from thence into beauty. Our Billy wants to change too.
So this is the first time that we're introduced to the moth symbol. This is a victim of one of Buffalo Bill's, the autopsy.
What is that?
And
Some kind of
we
seed pod?
see them take the moth out of the victim's throat. Now, once they put it into the jar, Clarice is closely studying the moth and trying to see what it is and, you know, what it means. And the close-up of the moth and showing it so many times shows that, you know, this is going to be a significant symbol in the film.
What do you make?
The death's head moth.
Now, where does it come from?
That's what's strange. They only live in Asia.
Asia?
In this country, they'd have to be specially raised from imported eggs.
Somebody grew this guy
Fed him honey and nightshade, kept him warm. Somebody loved him.
This part of the scene there, the tracking dolly shot is used. We see the moths in their habitat, and this is actually the first time that the moths are linked to Buffalo Bill. As the camera pans around and looks at the rest of the room, we see the habitat for the moths once again, and then it pans over to the cold metal table and the instruments that Buffalo Bill uses to skin his victims.
Yeah. That was good.